Welcome back to Popcorn and Champagne.
Welcome to season 2, episode 2.
Woo!
So, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. And you know what? I was just eating my Colonel's popcorn.
Yes, we are eating the Toni and Tiff mix.
Toni and Tiff mix. Make sure you guys go buy Colonel's popcorn and check out all of their variety, but more importantly, check out the TNT mix and you'll get 10% off.
That's right.
And it's really good. And
that's
it's
right.
Spicy and frosty.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we like.
Yes. So now it's time for
Infotainment.
Okay. Let me tell you something. Just anybody that knows, I love Lizzo.
Yeah.
I love her. I have such a great appreciation for her right now. She is doing the darn thing
she's
right now.
She's changed the game.
She's changed the game big time. But here's the thing that she did this week. She played a 200-year-old flute that was owned by James Madison, and it was made out of crystal.
Wow.
And she did it. She had a special tour that she went to DC, and she got on stage and said that she made history because she twerked and she played the flute.
I love it.
I do too. Did you get a chance to see it?
I did not know anything about this.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. I think
I do too.
I respect Lizzo because she has changed the game with the whole body image and how women should feel secure.
Yeah.
I love her. She does no wrong for me.
She does no wrong for me either. And the concert is going to be here in Nashville in a couple of weeks. So we need to try to figure that out. But one thing I do love about her, she has also she's won Grammys.
Yeah.
She's won Emmys. She won that last week. And also, I just heard she has a partnership with Peloton.
Really?
Yes. And I think she has lost some weight. But going back to the flute situation, so Republicans are upset.
Of course they are.
Because they say that that's desecrating American history for the sake of a few minutes of entertainment.
Honey, I think it's upgrading.
I do too. I love it. But you know what? She does no wrong for me. I love Lizzo. So she twerked and played James Madison's flute that's 200 years old.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Okay, so...
Northwest. The whole Kardashian family, well, most of them are in Paris for Fashion Week, and Northwest wears a leather mask.
Yes, she wears a leather mask in Fashion Week as she's going down the red carpet or she's doing something, and you know, a lot of people are talking about how it's just not good. I mean, she is her father's child.
She is
her father's child.
And I can see where Kim is kind of letting her figure out her own style. And, you know, kind of flow with it, you know. But
I think that they're saying, too, like, she's going to have a lot of Kanye's traits, but Psalm, the son, they said he's going to have even more of Kanye's traits. And all I can say is bless their hearts.
They're so beautiful. All
of
them
they are. And then, so was the whole family there?
Yeah, so Chicago... To me, took it by storm with her picture with Chloe.
Okay.
They're both in matching Balenciaga outfits.
Okay.
They attended the Balenciaga fashion show.
Okay.
Which Kanye walked in, and it was all done in mud. Okay. It was actually kind of cool. But they the whole family brought it with their, you know.
So that me and my sisters, so that they all go down to Paris.
They did.
Did Courtney? What did you call him?
Kravis.
Did they go? They didn't make it.
No.
Okay.
They're in their own bubble.
Yeah. Yeah. They are. It's a lot of PDA with those two. For sure.
Love them though.
I do too.
We love Chris.
I do too. Now it's time for reality show recap.
Ooh, baby. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Let's talk about that.
This is gonna be loaded, y'all, because it's a lot going on.
Okay.
Who you want to start?
I want to start with Kathy Hilton.
Okay.
Let's go with that one.
Okay.
So apparently Lisa Rinna says that, I guess they were in Aspen, right? For Kyle hosted them in Aspen. And everybody was in one, there were two houses, right?
Kyle she actually has a house there.
Okay.
And then they had a Airbnb somewhere else,
like 10 minutes away. So Kathy had Rinna is saying a psychotic
So let's back
meltdown,
up.
right?
So she did. That's what Rinna accused her of.
Okay.
Kathy's trying to push this tequila.
Thank you. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Got offended because no one was really drinking her tequila. Lisa Rinna went to the bar and asked for Kylie Jenner's.
She asked for a sip of it.
Kendall Jenner's.
Kendall.
Yeah, she has a tequila called 818. 818. And you could see like Kathy getting very irritated, and it kind of stemmed for there. She felt like Kyle did not stick up for her. In that moment. Okay. And then the day progressed. Right. One thing leads to another. Kathy's kind of had some drinks. Mm-hmm. And then she just goes off and talks crazy about her sister, Kyle. Says these mean, awful things, which I kind of believe because of the fights that they had in the past.
And they didn't speak for several years, They missed out on several years of communicating
and
with each other.
And it gives Kyle major anxiety. Yeah. Like, I feel for her. Yeah. But that's a mess.
Well, and I also read on TMZ just today that they said that Kathy was also talking about Crystal. Yeah. And
talking about all of them.
Sutton. And saying that they need to be off the show. And was saying how she owns NBC. I mean, NBC, she's got all this power and that she could ruin Kyle. She was talking about a lot of people on the show.
I believe it.
I do too. I really do too. And the episode, though, was kind of painful to watch.
It was.
When she was trying to apologize and move on. Yeah. But Rinna was not having it. Rinna was like making sure she owned up to her stuff. Yeah. And at that moment, I did feel bad for Kyle.
Oh,
I felt really bad for Kyle.
I was horrified for her.
Yeah.
But I feel like Rinna goes too far.
She does. She's messy.
I'm gonna need her to move on.
Yeah, she's messy.
For the sake of Kyle.
Well, and they also say that Rinna's really trying to keep this fight going because she's trying to state her claim on the show. Because if you notice, she didn't have... This season for Rinna was a little different because, her mom passed away. And so she was kind of, not,
just kind of floating around. Didn't have any storyline. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She was distracted. Yeah. And so they think that this is her way of trying to state her claim of trying to get back on the show and stay, that she's going to stay.
It's not going to be a good look.
Now, I will tell you this. I don't like Sutton.
Okay. Yeah, you said that.
I've said this several times. I'm looking in the camera. I don't like Sutton. So, but I did I softened a bit this week when she and Erica Jane had Popeyes. Yeah. And sweet tea. On Fine
biscuits.
China.
Yes.
And biscuits on Fine China.
That was cute.
Yeah. I thought it was really cute.
Yeah, and I think that Erica Jane's point is finally getting across about what happened with her and Tom. And just trying to get people to look at it from her side, that she was the victim as well.
Right.
But the $750,000
earrings.
Yeah, diamond earrings, she had to return those.
Did she? She did return them. She did? Yeah. When did she do that?
She returned them recently after that last episode.
Oh, yeah. I did not know that. Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
She gave it back.
She gave it back. Earring. Okay.
So it's a lot of... I'm gonna be curious to see how that folds with Kathy
for sure,
because Kyle's always gonna pick her family,
right, as she should,
no matter how much they,
as she should,
piss her off.
Yeah. So Real Housewives of Salt Lake City premiered this week. I was underwhelmed.
So I wasn't, because I'm gonna tell you why. It's because what's going on now,
right, with Jen Shaw.
So at the time, the Housewives of Salt Lake starts off with Jen planning and preparing to go to trial, and this is before she has pleaded guilty and took the plea deal. So it goes into her scene where she's downsized, poor thing, to a 4,500 square foot house. I mean, come on,
girl.
And she's planning.
No, she was renting that first house.
Yeah. I mean, it was what, 9,000 square feet?
10,000 square feet.
And the house she's in now is very nice.
Right.
But it starts off with her planning Coach Shaw's birthday, which so he's a favorite of mine. Yeah. I love him. I love his little monotone and how calm he is, and baby this, and I like Coach Shaw. Right. And then he's a bruh.
Oh yeah,
he's an omega.
He's an omega.
So he started stepping at the birthday and just really letting loose.
And what's the heavier set one? Lisa, is that the one that was kind of smitten with one of the?
It's not Lisa. What is her name?
It wasn't Merida.
Well, I'd be doggone.
Well, that's okay. One of the cast members was very smitten by a Q.
Yeah,
she was very smitten by him. Yeah. So
he was a big boy too.
Yeah,
but it's going to be interesting to see how all that unfolds.
Right, right.
It's unfortunate. I hate that for her.
Yeah,
but clearly you could tell.
And we kind of talked about this, I think, last season.
Yeah.
And you don't think Coach Shaw knew anything?
No, I think he kind of took her word for it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he saw the money. He saw she was buying all this couture.
Right.
But he loves his wife.
Yeah. So he's going to stick by her, which is really good.
Yeah.
And so also Whitney was also denouncing Mormonism.
Yeah.
That's
a big deal there.
It is a big deal. That's definitely a big deal.
Salt Lake is a different place.
It is.
I've been a couple times, but they just roll different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their religion ain't no joke.
Yeah. They take it very serious. All right, documentary recap. I've been waiting on this one.
Dahmer.
Woo! Gosh,
on Netflix.
Okay. So Dahmer is a 10-part
series
on Netflix. It's produced by Ryan Murphy. It's excellent.
Phenomenal.
But I will tell you, it is troubling.
It is.
I mean, of course we knew the story from back in the 90s when that was happening. But to actually see some of the details of it was really, really troubling.
Yeah.
And I think Evan Peters, who is playing Jeffrey Dahmer, did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Hands down.
And he looked just like him.
Talked just like him. The cadence of his voice was just like him.
Yeah.
It was really good. And I love Niecy Nash.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I just loved her in this series.
Yeah.
Because the actual lady that she was playing,
Glenda Cleveland,
had a very short life. Like, she died at 56.
Yeah.
She was a chronic smoker.
Yeah.
But her daughter was interviewed and stated that she feels like the stress of all the Dahmer murders and her living there, it just killed her.
Yeah.
That she couldn't take the stress.
So Glenda Cleveland was the person that lived next door to Jeffrey Dahmer for years, and she continuously called the police and asked for help and was encouraging the police to please come and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And they never did. They never did. They did not take her word for it. And a lot of times people think it's because she was there in a black neighborhood.
Yeah.
And on the flip side of that, why did Jeffrey Dahmer move to a black neighborhood? Because he thought,
well, it was a low-income building that he lived in.
Yep.
Now, but he did kill white people too.
Yeah, he did.
But I think it made it a little easier because the police did not come.
Yeah.
When Glenda heard him sawing people in the middle of the night and the smells coming from his apartment, it's so disturbing.
And what was it he said? She says, what is that smell? He said, I had some bad meat. Refrigerator went out.
Yeah.
I had some bad meat.
But Tony, what about that sandwich he made for her?
And he kept trying to get her to eat the sandwich.
She said, I'm not eating a sandwich with your apartment smelling the way it does.
That's
Are
horrible.
You insane?
Horrible.
Girl, but listen, I was talking to our friend Felicia.
Yeah.
And she was telling me that she read where he fixed sandwiches for the building, girl. Like, they ate these sandwiches.
Who would eat them?
Okay.
Who ate them?
Somebody did.
Oh my gosh, no. But here's the thing. This is why you have to be very careful what you teach your children.
That's right.
I put my kid in football
yes.
at age of 5. So that's that. His daddy is the person that taught him how to do these things. With the, what is it?
Well, they would go out riding.
Is he roadkill, right?
And they would find roadkill. They'd take it back.
Taxidermy.
And they really wasn't doing taxidermy because they were just cutting it up, messing around, and then they would throw it out.
But and his poor little grandmama.
Oh, girl, the grandmother.
Oh, the grandmama.
I love the grandmother.
I did too.
The grandmother actually saved one man's life.
Sure did. And that guy was talking about how terrifying it was.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with him on YouTube. He was talking about how terrifying it was.
So do you believe he actually got saved? Because I think he did. I just think it was too little too late when they killed him in prison. Because he was kind of like puffing his chest up when he got to
He
prison.
he was arrogant. But you remember the scene where the dad was like, hey, we're trying to get insanity. He was like, well, Dad, I'm not crazy. I did it. I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was doing.
Listen.
I would hope he got saved because he did a lot of bad things. He did a lot of bad things.
He was sick. What about Toni, girl?
Okay. Why? Okay. So I did not even had to have that in my notes, and didn't even bring it up. I really think he loved Toni.
He did.
There was a gay guy. He was deaf, and
so sweet.
He was so sweet. But I will tell you, what's episode 6 or 8? I keep thinking it's 8. I can't remember.
It might have been.
That
early
episode though was good, but it got on my nerves.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I didn't feel like reading all that stuff, like because they put it they put it in a deaf way, so you're feeling the way that you're in Toni's experience, and it caused me to sit up and try to read what's going on. But it was really a good episode.
It was.
I really feel like Jeffrey Dahmer really felt loved by him, and his compulsion and obsession to kill. It just took over.
He couldn't
him.
help it.
But that was the one time he really felt love because there was such a horrible scene. It was touching, but it was horrible.
It was.
After he killed Toni, he held his hand.
It was awful.
That is horrible.
It was awful.
It's horrible.
But you guys, I don't know how they're going to divvy up the awards for this because everybody in it
was good.
Acted their butt off. Like it's so
I
good.
mean, it's so sad. And I know we got to move on, but it's so sad about like Niecy Nash when the 14-year-old boy.
Oh, girl.
He was almost going to be saved.
But that's what did her in.
That's what did Glenda Cleveland in.
To know that she called the police
about a 14-year-old boy,
and he still died.
Yep, and
bleeding from his head because he had drilled a hole in his head.
Oh, that's just
and poured acid in it.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Because he thought he was giving him a lobotomy. I mean, but I thought they could have done okay with just 8 episodes of it, but I thought 10 was a little much.
10 was a lot,
but
I thought 10 was a lot. Yeah,
definitely a champagne moment.
Definitely, it's troubling, but it is a champagne moment.
It's good stuff.
And so, House of Hammer is on Discovery Plus.
Tell me about this.
Have you watched this yet?
I ain't watched it yet. I'm gonna leave this one on you.
Okay, so this is about this actor. His name is Armie Hammer. And this whole thing got started with his aunt. This is a hugely rich family. And the grandfather's name is Armand Hammer. Billionaire, very powerful man, like presidents in the United States have called him in the past. I mean, he's met every president like Ronald Reagan, all the way down. I mean, just hugely powerful man.
Okay.
And rich family. And his great-grandson is named Armie Hammer.
Okay.
Beautiful guy.
Yeah, he's good looking.
Gorgeous guy. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. He got his break in the 2010 Social Network movie. So he was like the
twin.
He was the next big star in Hollywood. Well, come to find out, he has this fetish where he likes to make women slaves. He starts out by making it seem as though he's really into you. He's a really sweet guy. This really guy that's just like, smitten, and I'm going to take care of you and we're going to date. And, I've been looking for somebody like you my whole life. And then when he gets you, it's still a little bit of a honeymoon period, but then he does this bondage thing. And he's also talking about cannibalism. He's also talking about, making you my slave and drinking your blood and all this.
So I got a question. So where did all this come from? Because this had to come from somewhere.
So they say that the great-grandfather had issues.
Okay.
They said his grandfather, whose name is Julian Hammer, he too had issues. And he was dealing with being gay. He was dealing with...
Armie?
No, not Armie, his grandfather.
Okay.
He was dealing with being gay. He, just lived a really wild life. They had all the resources and all the money in the world that they wanted. So everything that they ever wanted, they had it, And so he is actually in a whole lot of trouble, actually.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
and it's interesting because of his family's background.
Yeah.
He chose acting.
Yeah.
But and he's a great actor.
Great actor, but he's probably not going to be acting for a while. You know what I mean? And it's so funny because his name is Armie Hammer, and I was like, Armand Hammer?
Yeah. The baking
soda. Yeah. But that is on Discovery Plus, and I'm sure it's getting ready to probably come on to Amazon. So check that out, and that is called House of Hammer. The last name is Hammer. Very rich and powerful family in California. So
All
go
right.
for drama recap.
Ooh, Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. My girl June.
June's got PTSD.
In the worst kind of way.
Gosh, man, in the worst kind of way.
But when I say if I wanted a bee to fight for me, baby,
She's that girl.
It would be
She's
her.
that girl. She's that girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the part where the husband, you know, the woman comes up to her in the park, you know?
Yes. Who
And then-
is Team Serena?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, June said, well, you know, it could have got physical. And the husband's looking at her like, June, you got to stop this, you know, putting your hands on people.
Yeah, but
But
now,
it makes sense.
now the husband, June's husband, is on board, and that's turning June on in ways where finally he gets it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at first he was looking at her like she had 3 heads and was like, "What is going on?"
But
with
can't you imagine somebody being that angry after everything that has been done to
know,
you? I
I
mean,
know.
yeah, I'm surprised she's handling it the way she is.
I know.
You know?
I know. So can we talk about Aunt Lydia?
Aunt Lydia.
Aunt Lydia has had a breakthrough, people. And I'm so excited for it. I cannot wait to see where this is going to go.
Yeah.
Because she made a recommendation to one of the commanders. He's actually one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I
he played on
think of
West
his
Wing.
name.
Can't think
Yeah.
of his name right now either.
I love him. And basically, she's saying that these handmaids should be put up in like a hotel, basically.
Right.
And that the commanders should come to them. They should not live in the household anymore.
Yeah.
Because she's seeing the abuse. And I just think that she got attached to my girl.
Darlene.
And it is, when she felt like she had almost lost her, it changed her whole
I
view.
think what I got from that is exactly what you said, but I think with Darlene,
Yeah.
she had a special place with Darlene. It was almost like a mother-daughter relationship. And I think she went back and started thinking about all the things that she's done to Darlene.
Yeah.
And
Took her eye.
It took her eye. And how Darlene told her, what are you going to do? You're going to take the other eye.
Right.
And I really feel like she did have a breakthrough. So I'm really interested to watch how that's going to play out this season, because I wonder if Aunt Lydia keeps this up. She's going against the church.
Yeah.
Will she get sent to the colonies?
I think her and June gonna link up.
That would be
I
an
think
interesting
June
thing.
actually is coming back.
Yeah,
They're
I think that's
hinting
an
to
interesting
it.
thing, yeah.
But I feel like she's gonna be back in a Handmaids.
I feel like she could be back. She's trying to get her daughter Hannah.
I know.
And I
Can
feel
you blame her?
Gosh, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean, it's.
but can we talk about Serena Joy being scared of June?
She should be.
Ooh, did you see how June knocked on that window?
She's.
Let me tell you, Serena Joy.
She
I'm here
scares
for-
me, but I
Who
love
is she
her.
pregnant by?
I mean, I thought the commander actually got her pregnant.
Did you
Her
think
husband.
so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Well, who else is
I
there?
don't know. For whatever reason, why do I feel like it's Nick?
It's not Nick.
It's not Nick.
Nick loves June. He ain't doing that. He's in
We
love with
shall
June.
see. We shall see.
But yeah, it's one of the best series on TV right
It
now.
is. How many seasons are we going to do this on? Is this the last season? This is not the last
No,
season.
they got
It's
signed
not?
for another season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They coming back.
Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, movie recap. What you got?
Ooh, Blonde on Netflix. It premiered September 16th. It's heavy, y'all. It's about
dark.
Marilyn Monroe from a different perspective.
Yeah.
It's actually based on a book that
Called Blonde.
Yeah, that this lady did, but it did not get very good reviews. But the actress, what is her name? Anna de Armas.
She's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
She's gonna win something for
Yeah.
it. I mean, her emotion and just how you could tell she just put everything
She projected
into this
yes, she
character.
Did. She did.
To the point where I was like, is this woman gonna be okay after
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
But it showed the darkness is so unsettling. It didn't get good reviews because they found it sexist. They found, abortion is a big deal right now.
Yeah.
So they showed 2 abortions
Yeah.
that she went through. So much that the graphics actually go into her vagina.
Yeah.
There's a room full of men that are involved. A lot of people were not happy with this movie.
Well, it was made before all this started coming into contact.
It was, so but I still think it didn't matter. So, they were going to do it anyway.
Right. My take on this movie, it wasn't good. It was. I watched it. It was hard to watch at times. I mean, it was just. It wasn't. It was just dark and heavy. What I found with her is she was looking for a father.
Throughout the whole thing?
Throughout the whole movie.
I mean, she lived a very sad life.
She did. She lived a very sad life. That's exactly what it is. She lived a sad life, but her mother did it to her.
Yeah.
Because the mother, she had mental illness issues. And she blamed Marilyn for Marilyn's father not being there. Yeah. And what a heavy load to put on a child like that. And so that set her wanting to have a relationship with the father, wanting the father to see her.
And being in foster care, being abused.
And calling her significant other's daddy.
Which the critics didn't like that either.
I didn't either. I mean, I see she's searching.
Yeah.
But, it's just she lived a troubled life.
I'm going to tell you what kept me going. First of all was the actress that was playing the role.
Beautiful.
She was so convincing. And two, I'm not mad at when people do these type of movies and really tell it like it is.
Yeah.
Even though it's going to be unsettling with us or as a society, it's what happened.
It's the truth.
Like the scene with the president, JFK.
Whew, yeah.
It's a lot.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
That was a whole
baby.
lot.
When y'all tune into this.
That was a whole lot. That was
it's going to make you look at JFK in a whole different way.
And he's JFK's man. Like, no different from anybody else. He was wrong for how he portrayed her, how he did her. I mean, it was tough. I ain't gonna lie. That was tough. That was a lot. But what about her relationship with the twins?
I was there for it.
I was too.
Like, I did not know that Charlie Chaplin's sons, they were both sons.
They're twins. Twins.
And I didn't know how twisted they were.
Twisted.
But,
you gotta watch that part.
I liked them.
You gotta watch. Oh, and Adrian Brody. Oh. Love him.
He played Arthur Miller, her second husband.
Yes.
Well, actually, she was married 3 times.
Yeah, that first one, it was like early on. Yeah. So it really didn't count. Well, she was Norma Jean.
She was Norma Jean. But Adrian Brody, one of my all-time favorites.
Yes.
He played an amazing job. He looked like Arthur Miller. Like, I love that.
He did. It was really...
the whole cast, phenomenal.
Yeah. But, it's so funny. I could not be this woman that talked breathy like that.
Yeah.
Like the whole time.
But it was a different time.
I get it. But, the whole time it's like she talked like, Daddy. Okay, Daddy.
Yeah.
That was just, I
know some men that would like that.
I know.
Call me Daddy. That's hilarious.
So anyway, y'all check that out. Blonde on Netflix.
But you're saying it was a burnt popcorn for you? I appreciated it, but I get where you're going.
I watched it because I committed to it. Mm-hmm. It was not. It was a burnt popcorn for me.
Okay.
It wasn't great. Mm-hmm. It wasn't great.
I'm teetering.
It wasn't great. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jasmine's Blues.
Yes.
Tell me about this, because this is all you. I tried to watch it a little bit last night. I didn't finish it. I went to sleep.
Yeah. So, Tyler Perry directed, produced, created. He's all about Tyler, which let me just say this. I'm going to say this right. I have the utmost respect for Tyler. If Tyler was sitting here, I'd be like, oh my God.
Sure.
I feel like Tyler is so talented.
Sure.
So when he does these type of movies, I get excited because it's not the Madeas.
Right, the Chitlin Circuit thing.
Yeah.
It's different.
Because
I get that.
I feel like he's so talented.
Yeah.
And he has so much more to give.
Right. So this is more like because when I started watching, I instantly started thinking about Color Purple. It kind of put me in that mind of that. I didn't finish it, so I don't know.
Not so much quite Color Purple, but there was another movie, and it's escaping me right now, with Megan Good played in it when she was a teenager. Oh, man. I can't think of it right now. I'll come back to it. But it's about a love story. and it was based in 1930s ish, and it's about a guy who ends up falling in love with a girl there around the plantation, and his mother, she runs a juke joint, so she has two sons that are musicians. And so eventually, to make a long story short, they go to New York, and they end up getting famous at this club. And, one brother can really sing, the other one can play the trumpet. But all along, he's in love with this girl that has to be sent away, and she ends up being passed for white.
What do they call her? Bucket?
Is that what they call
No,
her?
I'm trying to say, I think I remember hearing a name, Bucket.
Yeah, they called the girl Bucket. That was her nickname.
Okay.
So the two main characters are new on the scene, gorgeous people. Like the guy that's playing the love interest, really good looking, can sing. And so at the end, and I'm fast forwarding through all of this, but at the end, they end up lynching him because the girl that he's in love with is really biracial, but she's passing for white, and she's married to a politician in town. And so it got back that, he was messing around with her. Yeah.
But she was in love with him too, right?
Oh, yeah.
But he knew she was biracial?
Yeah, she even had a baby by him.
Wow, I need to watch that.
It's really good. I liked it. I thought they rushed the ending, but I thought the whole story of it, building up to it, was really, really good. And how it starts off is interesting too. So you have to keep watching it. But the son that she ended up having thinks he's white, but he's not.
And he's running for...
That's him.
That's her son.
Yeah. And the lady who the lady who delivers the letters is his mother, the one we can't think the name of, the pretty lady.
Yeah, okay, that's his mother.
That's his mother. She's all the makeup, you can't even tell.
She's older now,
She's old.
right? So the
She's
very
an old
beginning
lady.
of the
So she hands her the love letters that her son,
he's biracial,
and his grandmother,
he's
biracial.
Wow,
Yeah,
he's real Southern.
Yeah, but they're all passing.
So was he was adopted?
No, ma'am.
No, he was not adopted. No, he wasn't adopted because his mom was passing as white as well.
Yeah.
I got it.
So if you keep watching it, at the end, his mom is in a wheelchair. She's aged. And he comes to her, basically, and it's like, he shows her the letters. And, and he realizes he's the child. You got to watch it.
Is he receptive? Is it going to make you happy?
No, it ends.
Oh,
it doesn't even go into that. That's what I'm saying.
It rushed. You said it. It
kind of rushed it, and I thought he had something really good going there. But it's beautifully made. It's a champagne moment for me. But I thought he could have done more with it. I thought he could have developed more of that storyline because it was really, really good.
Wow.
And I love when Tyler digs deep like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me that.
Yeah, finish watching.
Yeah. All right, so talk about Lou. We are Netflix heavy today, honey.
Netflix was good. This was a good month for them. Yeah. September 23rd, Lou premiered on Netflix. And so I am a fan of Allison Janney, who was in The Help. And she's in another sitcom that I can't think of. I'm so sorry, you guys. But anyway, and Journey Smollett. Beautiful, whose brother is Jesse.
And what is it? Dave Chappelle called him Juicy.
But anyway, it's a suspenseful series. It's a movie. I'm sorry. That Journey plays a mom whose husband comes back and kidnaps their daughter. And then I could go on and on about it, but Allison ends up being the child's grandmother. So Allison Janney kicks it up a notch, man, because she's ex-CIA. And her moves and, her fight scenes are amazing. Like, I was like, okay, Allison. Like, this was the first time she's ever really done anything like this. So it takes place kind of a remote area. It's a lot of trees and, stuff. And the husband ends up, the storyline comes up between the husband, who's the son of Lou, and why he's damaged the way he is. So it's definitely a must watch. It's a good one.
And you should have Colonel's popcorn too while you're watching it, right?
Yes. The Toni and Tiff mix.
Definitely. So what's coming up?
Okay, upcoming series. Okay, so I am fascinated by vampires. That's one of my little things. I was a huge fan of True Blood. Did you ever watch True Blood? Amazing. I just love all the glamour about it.
It aired for a long time too.
Yeah, for vampires. So Interview with a Vampire series is coming on AMC on October 2nd.
I'm going to watch that.
Yeah.
It's a black vampire, right? Mm-hmm. I'm definitely going to watch that.
Yeah, so it's kind of a remake of the Anne Rice movie.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that and see how that flows.
So, time for what you're watching.
Okay. I just feel like I watch a whole lot of TV, which I do. But Big Sky, which is one of my favorite dramas on ABC, is back. It premiered on September 21st, and my girl Reba McEntire is starring in it. And I'm so excited because she's so good. She's kind of evil, but she's nice, nasty.
It's hard to see her being evil.
Oh, girl.
Because she's so nice.
And then she got that real country accent.
Oh, you know I can do that well, honey.
She real country.
Yeah.
Honey. But it's a twist with her, and I'm so excited to see how this is going to unfold.
So Law and Order SVU, that is always such a good series. Yeah. And what I like about them is they always do current events, the things that are happening now. I do like that. Mm-hmm. I never got into Walking Dead.
Okay, so Walking Dead, I've been a true fan.
Yeah.
It's part 3, which is the end of season 11. So they broke it up in 3 parts. And this is going to be the final.
I was going to ask, is this end? Is this the ending? I was going to ask, is that? Yeah.
I know a lot of people, like my brother, like he quit on it. And he was like, how many more zombies can we see? And I was like, I can't. I have to see it through. Yeah.
See it through.
So it's coming back.
So I'm watching Abbott Elementary. Have you watched that yet?
So yes, I started.
Isn't it wonderful?
It's amazing.
It is so good.
Yeah.
I love it. So that's back on ABC on Wednesday nights.
And they won a ton
they did.
of Emmys.
The lead actress won, and then of course our beloved Shirley Ralph won.
Finally got her flowers.
And then on Paramount on the Come Up, this is a Sanaa Lathan produced program. Have you heard about that one?
It's young, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's young, and I think they're like rapping and in a boxing ring and stuff like that. So kind of it's like a rap battle, something like that. So
I'm excited for Sanaa. She's following in her
dad's footsteps. She sure is. She sure is. So I think that's it.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Thank you guys so much for joining Popcorn and Champagne this week. Of course, we're going to be back next week with more reality, drama, and movie recaps. And also make sure you check out Colonel's Popcorn and go to colonelsnashville.com and make sure that you check out the Toni and Tiff blend and use the code TTMix10 to get 10% off.
Yes. And please continue to follow us, like us, subscribe on YouTube. And also, we're streaming on all podcast platforms. We love you. We need your support. And that's a wrap. Until next time, we'll see y'all next week. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Looking for a friend. I was feeling lonely. I wish I could pretend